Welcome back to Sunday School and Talk. So we're going to have another primary lesson. So this will I will begin with an opening prayer. It will have an opening hymn. Love one another about again Joseph the Dreamer or Joseph of Egypt. So we can see here that it was a time of famine. So this lesson will be covered from March 14 to 20. And we can read this in the book of Genesis chapter 42 to chapter 50. God meant it unto good. So we have here a video that we can watch about the story of Joseph, but we will go through some recap of his story by reading this one. As a wonderful gift from God that he can have a dream and he can understand or interpret about it, and he can also see the dreams of other people. So he was also the favorite son of their father Jacob. So Jacob is the son of Isaac. So Isaac is the son of Abraham. So they are the 12 tribes. They were 12 brothers. So Joseph has 10 older brothers who were jealous towards him. So Joseph will always share his dream and interpret it to their family. So here we can see that his dream interpret that he will become a ruler over his older brothers. And his brothers were not happy about the interpretation of his dream because he will be a ruler over him. So they have a custom. We know that elder brothers have the rights of birthright because he's supposed to be the one to rule over them because they are older. But Joseph is the covenant one because um, Jacob wanted to marry always Rachel. He's the woman that he loved. She's the woman that he loved, and that's why Joseph is also his favorite son. Because of his dream that he interpreted, he will be a ruler over his older brother. His brother were angry with him, and he planned to hurt him or kill him, but he agreed that he will put him in a hole and will sold him. He will be sold to Egypt. So they plan to make it believe their father that he was killed by a wild animal. So they put some blood on his coat from an animal and told their father that he was killed by a wild animal. So Jacob cried and he was so sad for a long time because his favorite son Joseph was killed. That's what he thought. And of course their brother was that um of course they were guilty and they were so sad about what they have done because they saw the reaction of their father. But the father did not know that Joseph was still alive and he was far away from home and he was in Egypt living as a slave. So what happened in Egypt here with Joseph, he was sold to Potiphar and he became a servant. So he was faithful servant. But what happened here is that Potiphar wife grow desire onto Joseph and he wanted Joseph to sleep with her. But Joseph was afraid that Potiphar will know about it, and also he dedicate his life to be true to God. So he doesn't allow or he doesn't yield to the temptation of Potiphar's wife. And because of the rejection, Potiphar's wife planned to tell her husband that Joseph attempt to rape her. So of course Potiphar was angry with Joseph and he was put into prison. But because of that, he met the butler and the baker. So both of them have dream and they could not understand what it means. So of course, Joseph have a gift to interpret dreams, and he was able to interpret what happened or what it mean to their dreams. So the butler was free from prison and get back to the Pharaoh service. So because of that, uh, he was introduced to Pharaoh because Pharaoh was having anxiety because he has a dream and was not able to remember it. and he was worried about it because he kept dreaming about it and he doesn't know what it's all about and what it means. So the butler remembered Joseph and he referred him that he could interpret dreams, and the dream that uh, that Joseph was able to interpret the dream of the butler, and it happened exactly. So Joseph met the Pharaoh and able to interpret the dream that it was about 7 years they will be blessed um, with wonderful um, prosperity with the crops and their cattle. But later after that, there will be also 7 years of famine. So he was able to convince the Pharaoh, and Pharaoh um, know that he was really um, telling the truth, and he was convinced about the things that Joseph told him. So he put Joseph to be the one to be in charge in keeping and saving some food for 7 years. And when the famine came, they have enough, more than enough, for them to feed the entire Egypt and able to help other people that surrounds that place. So the family of Joseph heard about the Egypt that they have enough stuff, and they were able to try to go there and to ask for food. So Jacob family was hungry because of famine. So Jacob sent his son to Egypt to buy food. So he kept his youngest son, Benjamin. So this is the brother of Joseph, uh, to his mother Rachel. So he did it. His father Jacob did not allow Benjamin to go with his older brother because he was afraid of losing Benjamin, like he had lost his son Joseph many years before. He didn't know that his older son had sold Joseph as a slave. So they keep the secret to their father. By this time, Joseph was a great leader in Egypt. He was in charge of selling food during the famine. The brothers meet Joseph and asking for food, and they were not able to recognize that it was Joseph in front of them. So Joseph recognized his brother, but he pretended not to know them, and he asked about their family to see if his father and brother Benjamin were alive. So then Joseph gave his brother food. He told them not to come back for more food unless they brought their youngest brother Benjamin with them. So there was an agreement, if they needed more food in the future, then they need to bring with them their youngest brother Benjamin. When the family ran out of food again, Jacob knew he had to send Benjamin with his other sons back to Egypt. Jacob was still scared about letting Benjamin go, but Judah, one of the brothers, promised he would keep Benjamin safe. So, okay. So when a So when the brother returned to Egypt, Joseph made it look like Benjamin stole a silver cup. He wanted to see, so he was trying to test them if his older brother was already changed. So Judah begged Joseph not to punish Benjamin, but to punish Judah instead. So he begged Joseph that instead Benjamin will be punished, it will be instead of him. So he saw that his older brothers was already changed, so he manifests himself that he is Joseph. So Joseph was happy to see that his brother has changed. He loved Benjamin enough to protect him. So at last, Joseph told them that who he was, and they were reconciled because he forgave his brother for selling him to be slave. So Joseph was really a good person. He was able to forgive his older brothers what happened to him. He was sold and he was imprisoned because what his older brother have done to him. So Joseph said it was the Lord's way to help their family survive the famine. So he understand the purpose of everything, and his dream about becoming a ruler over his brother really happened also. So everything that he saw in the dream and how he interpreted it exactly happened. So his older brother returned to their father and told him what happened. And Jacob was so happy because his favorite son was alive in Egypt. and they were reunited in Egypt, and they were saved from also that was saved from the famine. So what Joseph become a hero to Egypt and to other nation because he was the reason they were able to survive in famine. So we can learn here in Genesis chapter 45 verse 4 to 15, I can show love to my family. So for young children, you may want to emphasize the parts of this story in which Joseph showed love to his family. So we can learn also that sometimes some of our family members may done something wrong from us toward us. It's maybe they're jealous about us, or they were angry, or they're trying to hurt us for some particular reason. But we can learn how to forgive and to show a good example. So Joseph forgave his brother for selling him to be slave, and Joseph said it was the Lord's way. So he explained to them, he understand that if did not happen, probably they all gonna die with famine. So the priesthood also, after the before their father died, so Jacob give blessing to his sons and grandsons, especially with Joseph. He will be the one to continue the priesthood power. Today, we can receive priesthood blessing that give us comfort, healing, guidance, and spiritual strength. So we can ask that to our Father who have the priesthood, or to other members of the church who have a priesthood power. So this will give us the comfort when we need, or healing, or guidance, or the spiritual blessing that will help us to bless our lives. So we can learn also how important is forgiveness. So I can forgive. What can the children learn about forgiveness from the example of Joseph forgiving his brothers? So through forgiveness, it can heal us, and it can help give us the chance also to continue a wonderful relationship towards other people, especially our family. So we can move forward. If we remain stuck to the past, we cannot have a good relationship towards other people, especially our family. So through forgiveness, it can heal everyone. So we all make mistakes. So it's important also to learn to forgive other people. So it will help us to grow more understanding, and he can help us to understand that God, um, it is the way we can learn to truly love other people, when we learn also to give them chance, and also to learn to accept that they do make mistake, and we have to help them to give another chance to make them feel, to give them the opportunity to be a better person. So here is an activity where we can see our these two picture to see what are the 10 difference we can see here. That's the end of our lesson. I hope that we can learn more about the example of Joseph of Egypt. So we can see that he is really dedicated, hardworking, and true to our God, and he is loyal also to his boss, or to his leader. So he is focused on his purpose and his mission. So I hope that we can learn that through obedience and keeping our covenant to our God will help us to be more understanding, and will through patient to our affliction, we can see that the time will come that that God will help us to understand the purpose of our affliction and our trials, and He will bring us to our success, and will make us an instrument to help other people in times of trials and struggles. So I know the things I have shared to you are true, and I would like to believe that in the name of Jesus Christ, Amen.